watching out for you on air, online, on the go. This is 24-Hour News 8.
And off the top this afternoon, a deal in Washington to raise the debt ceiling. Right now, lawmakers are getting ready to vote in the U.S. House and in the Senate. And tonight, we're learning a little more about this deal and what it includes. Political reporter Rick Albin's been keeping a close eye on this over the weekend and all day today. About an hour ago, he spoke with one West Michigan lawmaker about the plan. Rick?
And what lawmakers will vote on here in the House, where they're starting the deliberations now, and later over in the Senate, expected to pass in both places. What they're going to be voting on is a plan that will raise that debt limit. It will also cut some spending, but this is not the end of the story. This arrangement that they have come to will extend the $14.3 trillion debt by about $2.4 trillion and cut more than $2 trillion in spending. Now, that happens over the next 10 years. All this political bickering created a lot of uncertainty and more than little concern around the globe. I spoke to one Michigan member of Congress about all of that about an hour ago. Would it have been, both as a practical policy matter and a political matter, better to have gone ahead, lifted the debt limit, and then come back and try to do some of the other heavy lifting without creating the kind of panic among some that happened both in the markets losing somewhere around between 4% and 5% last week and creating some uncertainty, at least in the minds of a lot of people?
We actually have enough cash on hand to be operating for another week or two at a minimum. And so this panic that the administration was trying to incite really was not helpful in this whole thing. So for me, Rick, frankly, I am very glad that I did not vote for a clean, balanced budget or debt ceiling increase because there really was no incentive then to come back and do that heavy lifting, as you put it.
Now, Huizenga says it was actually a poor growth number that came out last week that pushed the markets down. In other words, the economy not growing nearly as much as some had predicted. So tonight, here in the Capitol building, two votes, at least two, one in the House, one in the Senate, that should be enough to raise that debt limit and make those cuts. Even with those cuts, the debt continues to grow. Cutting $2 trillion over the next 10 years will not lessen the debt. It actually grows. So tonight at 6 o'clock, we're going to talk with Congressman Huizenga about that and about the overall direction of the country and what happens to taxing and spending in Washington. At the Live Desk, I'm Rick Albin, 24